Welcome back, everybody. We're here to pull cards today for the 20th of October. I'm going to be pulling one card per sign. That way, if you know your sun, moon, and rising signs, you can get a lot of juice out of a quick little reading like this. Also, if you know your other placements, then you can find out even more information about your day. Thank you guys for being here and spending some of your precious time with me. There's a lot going on. There's a couple of cards trying to flop right there. A lot going on. Okay, so thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Also, remember the contest is still going, so put a comment below this video if you want to be entered in that. We have some pretty good prizes, I think. All right, so let's get started. Aries. You guys have the Three of Swords showing up in reverse. We like the Three of Swords in reverse. It just means that where there's been some kind of emotional heartache or sadness, you're finding some healing for this. This could be because of a conversation with somebody, or this could be that you're doing your own healing work, maybe some inner work around this. Either way, healing coming into the situation, and we like that. For the very, 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 very rare few of you, this could literally be healing up from some type of heart condition, like a physical heart condition as well. All right, so that's Aries. Next up, we have Taurus. Taurus, we have the Lord card showing up for us. This just tells me that we are bossing up. We are taking accountability for spaces in our life where we might have sort of been letting things slide and letting things run, letting other people kind of point the direction. We're done with that. We are setting the direction for our lives in those areas now today. Okay, next up we have Gemini. Geminis, you guys have the wheel showing up in reverse. The wheel in reverse is a time where you're starting to see some obstacles or some things that are not exactly how you want them, and you're really fine-tuning, well, what is it that I actually do want through these experiences? So things may be going a little bit rougher than you would like them to. It may seem like to get things accomplished, you're having to go through extra steps or put out extra effort. Doesn't mean that nothing good is happening. It just means that it's taken a little bit of extra to get things accomplished today. Also, not a good day to ask for a raise or a promotion, by the way, or for any other kind of favor. Okay, so next up, let's look at Cancers. Cancers, you guys have the Six of Wands showing up in reverse. Six of Wands in reverse does mean that you have put some energy and effort in on a project that not only benefits yourself, but also benefits other people as well. And this card coming in just shows that the people around you, or the people who this actually is a benefit to, don't really appreciate the energy and efforts that you put in. They're not acknowledging those energy and efforts at all. Next up, we have Leo. Seven of Pentacles showing up here. This is telling me that there is some type of healing going on for you today. Normally, Seven of Pentacles is my payday card, but in this deck especially, it has to do with healing. These are elderberries that this person is harvesting. But also, I'm really just not picking up anything about payday off of this card today as far as psychically. What I'm picking up is more about working on healing, maybe even working on healing in more natural ways, although that does not necessarily have to correlate. But I would think with the way we have the elderberry in there, that may be what's going on, working on finding more natural ways to feel better and to be more healthy and more fit. Okay, so that is Leo. Next up, we're looking at Virgo. Virgo, you guys have the Eight of Pentacles showing up here today. This means either you're not going to be going into work, or if you get to work, you're not going to be accomplishing really anything. If you were planning on doing some work at home, that's not happening. If you were planning on doing volunteer work, nothing is getting accomplished as far as work today in whatever way that you view work. Work is just not productive today, if it's even happening at all. Probably not. Not for most of you. Next up, let's look at Libra. Libras, I really think that you guys have some type of situation that you are putting together some kind of strategy session about how you want to handle this. And I also feel like for a lot of you, you are calling in other people to help you with this strategy situation that you're putting together. Could be considered brainstorming in some instances, but not in all of them. Strategy session, let's leave it there. Next up, let's look at Scorpio. Scorpios, we have the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is telling me that there's something going on that we're finding a little bit disappointing today. It's not exactly that our expectations are not happening just exactly the way that we thought that they would. And I think we're realizing that today. Next up, Sagittarius. Nine of Cups showing up in reverse. Sagittarius, either you or somebody in your sphere of influence has decided to give up some type of addiction or obsessive behavior. And so, for a few of you, yes, it's you. But for most of you, I feel like this is somebody who's in your sphere of influence. And they may have bit off more than they can chew. And when I say that, I'm not trying to be discouraging of somebody giving up something like that, because I think, you know, that's on the pathway to being more healthy, more fit, more in control of your own thoughts. But what I mean is sometimes when we have a serious addiction or a serious obsession, there have been chemical changes that have actually happened in the body. And so it's not always just as easy as just deciding, okay, I'm not going to do this thing that I've been doing for a while on a regular basis. I'm just not going to do it anymore. Sometimes there has to be a little bit more support than this. And I sort of get the sense that this person is thinking that this is going to be easy, you know, and I'm not encouraging you to tell them that, no, it's not going to be easy. But I just feel like it's a heads up for you to realize and be aware that what this person is going through, they've probably bit off quite a bit more than they thought they were biting off with this decision here. And so they're going to need, they're probably going to need some support and some encouragement and, you know, some very real information about things that would be helpful for them as they're going through this. Because for those of you who have not gone through, and I haven't gone through, but I've been up close and personal and seen this, when somebody tries to come off of alcohol or off of some other addictive substance, it can be grueling, to say the least, about the most. Okay, so that's Sagittarius. Next up, let's look at Capricorn. Capricorns, you guys have the Four of Swords showing up in reverse. With the Four of Swords in reverse, this to me talks about a change of location. So you could be moving today. You also could be moving into like your vacation home, going on vacation. But this is a change of location for whatever reason. And this can be something as simple as going to a different place to eat one of your meals, but definitely some type of geographical change of location coming in here for you Capricorns. Next up, let's look at Aquarius. Aquarius, you guys show up with the Queen of Swords showing up in reverse. For me, the Queen of Swords in reverse just means that there's somebody in your sphere of influence that you're just tired of dealing with their silliness, their craziness, their drama, their whatever that they keep coming at you with. They've been less than truthful with you, and you're just pretty much done. And so now you're cutting them off. You're not accepting any kind of communication from them anymore, and you're certainly not communicating with them. In cases where we're talking about somebody where you're having to co-parent, then you're just cutting them off to the fullest extent that you can, you know, or if you work with this person or whatever that situation may be. But for most of you, I think you're just cutting off communication completely with this person. For those of you who can't do that, you're cutting it off as much as you can. Next up, let's look at Pisces. Pisces, you guys have the Princess of Swords showing up in reverse. I do feel like there's somebody keeping an eye on you today. There's somebody that is stalking you today, and I want to know a little bit more about that, because okay, so somebody's stalking you, that's a little bit too general to be helpful as far as I'm concerned. So let's take a look at what this person, how this person is associated with you, or who this person is to you that would be stalking. Okay. La da 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 da. This is somebody that, yeah. Okay, so this is, first of all, you need to know this is a female for most of you. Okay. The other thing that you need to know, I guess you can't see all of these cards, can you? Let's see if I can scoot them all over. This is my Gilded Lenormand deck that I'm using to clarify with. So this person is female. They used to be considered a friend. They probably are at a distance from you. But I think that friendship with this person is probably a newer friendship. And I think that already this friendship is starting to fall apart some ways. So this female friend who you haven't been friends with that long, who is at a distance, and you guys are already starting to drift apart or have disagreements or whatever. So this is the person that we see actually stalking you whenever we expand on that a little bit, Pisces. So you've got a stalker, a female friend who you guys aren't exactly feeling as friendly as you used to with each other anymore. And somebody who lives at a distance, not somebody who's like right next door or in the same house. Okay, so that's what we've got for the day. Thank you guys so much for being here. I do appreciate it. I'm looking forward to interacting with those of you who have readings and Reiki sessions with me later on today. And the rest of you, I'll see you back on the next video. Peace out.